I had always trusted my wife, Sarah. For years, I believed in our marriage, in the family we had built together, and in the life we shared. We had 3 children, a home filled with memories, and a routine that, from the outside, seemed perfect. But over the past year, small signs began to unsettle me. Late nights at work, secretive phone calls, and subtle changes in her behavior. At first, I brushed them off, convincing myself I was imagining things. Then came the moment that shattered my world. I decided, reluctantly, to have DNA tests done for the children. The thought was unbearable. I loved them deeply and had raised them as my own, but a voice inside me whispered that the truth could not be avoided. When the results came back, my worst fears were confirmed. None of the children were biologically mine. Shock and disbelief hit me like a physical blow. 20 years of trust, care, and devotion felt like a cruel illusion. The woman I had loved, the mother of my children, had been cheating on me, and not just once, but repeatedly. Over years I had considered our happiest. My mind raced. How could she do this? How could she live with such lies and deception? I didn't confront her immediately. Anger was there, yes, but I knew that acting impulsively would not bring justice. Instead, I collected every piece of evidence I could find: phone messages, emails, financial records, and correspondence that hinted at her long-term affair. I documented everything meticulously, ensuring I had proof for whatever steps I would take next. I consulted a lawyer and was introduced to the concept of paternity fraud. It was a legal avenue I had never imagined pursuing, but now it seemed necessary, not only to hold her accountable, but to reclaim control over my life. Filing a paternity fraud lawsuit was not about revenge alone. It was about justice and setting things right. I wanted the truth recognized legally, and I wanted her to face the consequences of her deceit. The lawsuit was emotionally draining. Courtroom proceedings forced both of us to relive years of betrayal, her affair exposed through documentation, DNA evidence, and testimony. She tried to downplay it, to argue that the children were raised in love and care, that biology didn't matter. But the court was clear. Deliberately deceiving someone about paternity is a serious violation, and it carries legal repercussions. During the process, I focused on the children. Even though they were not biologically mine, I had raised them, loved them, and protected them. My role in their lives remained central. I ensured stability and routine, shielded them from emotional chaos, and preserved their sense of security. My goal was not to punish them or make them feel abandoned, but to maintain the life they knew while enforcing accountability for their mother's choices. The verdict was in my favor. I was awarded compensation for paternity fraud, and legal recognition of the deceit was recorded. Sarah faced both financial and social consequences. Friends and family, previously unaware of the depth of her deception, learned the truth. Her credibility, carefully cultivated over years, was destroyed. Her attempts to minimize or excuse her actions fell flat against the weight of evidence. In the weeks and months following, I began rebuilding my life. I focused on my children, maintaining love and stability while removing the toxic influence of her lies. I surrounded myself with supportive friends and family who had been blindsided by the revelations. Slowly, I regained trust in my judgment, in my ability to protect myself and those I cared about. Looking back, I realized that true justice is not about rage or revenge. It is about clarity, preparation, and decisive action. By documenting her deceit, pursuing legal accountability, and protecting the children, I reclaimed my dignity and my life. The betrayal was devastating, but the response was deliberate, measured, and final. Sarah's choices left her with consequences she could not escape. Her affair and the resulting deception were exposed legally, financially, and socially. I, meanwhile, reclaimed control, protecting my children and my future. The story could have ended in chaos and bitterness, but by acting strategically, I turned devastation into empowerment. In the end, the DNA test revealed a betrayal that spanned years, but it also led to clarity, justice, and the chance to rebuild. Paternity fraud is more than a legal issue. It is a breach of trust that demands accountability. And I ensured that every lie, every secret, and every betrayal was confronted, documented, and resolved. I lost deception, but I gained control, peace, and a future rebuilt on truth.